how the assimilation is. This going out of the ghetto gave birth to the Reform movement gave birth to the Conservative movement gave birth to the Reconstructionist movement, and you all know where we stand today. As long as the faculty at JTS was basically an Orthodox faculty, the seminary remained to a certain degree within the tent of halacha and Jewish law. With the demise of Professor Shaul Lieberman, the students felt free to break every rule, and it was a gradual process. Women rabbis, women cantors, women minyanim. By the early 2000s, there was basically no difference between conservative and reform movement. The New York Times had an article where they asked a conservative student at the seminary, how can you accept homosexuality if it's an open sentence in the Bible against homosexuality? And the student answered, I quote, is this the first sentence in the Bible we rejected? If we rejected other sentences, we certainly can reject this sentence. On the Orthodox scene, a breakaway began. It began gradually. Feminism, the way we treat women. I remember hearing a shir of my classmate in the 70s recorded. I was living in Israel already for many years, Rabbi Saul Berman, and I couldn't believe my ears. Literally accusations against the Torah people, women, and you don't let them study, don't let them learn, don't let them express themselves. And a new movement, slowly but surely, caught on. No one could believe that the same movement, later you come up with homosexuality, which is the most frightening challenge to Torah. It defies imagination. And yet, people who have smicha from YU made a shechiyanu, as I told you, when the Supreme Court recognized sanctified same-sex marriages. Then you come up the old Bible criticism, which was so dishonored, I would say, so confronted by modern discovery, by archaeological finds. The old Bible criticism that Nechama Leibowitz and Yeshaya Leibowitz, and this is one of the few issues on which they both agreed, they claimed it was anti-Semitism. Wellhausen. Suddenly you have the question being raised in Orthodox circles, people who studied in Satmar yet and rebelling against Satmar, coming into this new way of thinking and raising the question of biblical criticism we have to reevaluate, etc. People saying that the Yetziat Mitzrayim was a myth. I mean, it's earth-shaking what you're hearing. And then the ordination of rabbis, and it goes on and on and on. So I want to state, in my humble opinion, and I've been involved and I've been on top of the scene, and some of the people playing out these roles are my own students. Some are students of Baron Lichtenstein, some are students of the Rav, the older generation. I believe the breach is here and it cannot be alleviated. I, for one, will not use the word Open Orthodox. I will only use the word neoconservative. There are reasons why they stick to the word neo-Orthodox. In a way, it's a credit to the Rav that the Rav fought such a bitter, caustic, classic battle for Mechitza that with all their innovations in the synagogue, they still have a Mechitza. The women daven for the Amid, the women leyin, the women have aliyot, but there is a Mechitza there. Now, when I came to America this past summer, people were very excited. Students, 12, 15 students of Chovevei Torah issued a proclamation how upset they are with the innovative prayer groups like Shira Chadasha, like it's going on at Jerisha, and they feel very uncomfortable with women davening, women being rabbis, etc., etc. So people said to me, my own Talmidim said to me, Rebbe, take a look, this is a good sign. So I want to tell you, yes, it's a good sign, but it doesn't change my conclusion. Unfortunately, I have a doctorate in modern Jewish history. Unfortunately, I have done my research and I devoted my life to learning and research. I never made a living in my life. I thank the Almighty I had enough seichel to turn down many offers. I told people recently, the other day, about an offer I got with the new presidency of YU, an offer that was made to me in '74, and I turned it down on the spot. But because I devoted my life to research with living, I know a little bit about what went on. Gentlemen, come back in my time machine. Okay, listen very carefully. I want you to come into my office. In my office, I have a chair. I buzz it on, and you type into the computer, 1916, Jewish Theological Seminary. Yitz, we're in JTS, 122nd Street and Broadway, 1916. You're going to meet some of the frumest people you ever met in your life, right there. Herbert S. Goldstein. 1914. That era. Max Straub. These people were totally frum. But they were modern. They had this dream, we can take orthodoxy and make it attractive in the Western world. This is a process. I'm not here to tell you that everyone in Chovevei Torah believes in biblical criticism, doesn't believe there was a Yitzit Mitzrayim. That do, yes, I'll give you. So, but I'm only saying, I believe the process is at work. It cannot be stopped. It's like a snowball rolling down the mountain. Now, what I want to make available to the Kollel, this volume just came out. I don't know whether it's reached Israel. It's a fabulous volume, Why Open Orthodoxy is Not Orthodox. And it cites, very well done, everything with sources, everything that we have spoken about. The one who put it together is David Rosenthal. I gather he's a graduate of Bnei Yisrael and he's a graduate of Johns Hopkins. Yeah, I am correct. He's from Manalapan, New Jersey, wherever that is. Although I wouldn't. Where is that?
Next door to Lakewood.
Next door to Lakewood, okay?
It's in New Jersey.
He's a musmach of Bnei Yisrael. This volume, it is very, very good to read. It gives you all the sources. Yitz, you want it first?
Okay.
You take it first, and when you bring it back, who gets it next? Make a chain of command. Okay, Mike, then give it to Michael into the towers. Now.